Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome to our second ebook event for the week. Of course, there are three. There's one more tomorrow, which Timberlake will tell us about a bit more, a bit later. So what I'm going to be doing today is the crux of the presentation is to speak about the EBSCO Subject Sets, the GOBI Spotlight Lists, and the Subject Alerts. And we're going to do that on the GOBI platform. But just to start off with, I've put a few slides together just to give you a bit of background about what GOBI does and basically what the products are that we provide, and as well as the scope of the content that is available to all GOBI users. All right. So GOBI's been around since the early 70s, but in all that time, their mission has remained the same. GOBI wishes to partner with libraries of all sizes to enable the broadest selection of scholarly content published anywhere in the world. So to back this up, 18 of the top 20 universities around the world use GOBI as their collection development tool. And at this point in time, around the world, GOBI is used by over 3,500 libraries. So GOBI Library Solutions has developed the GOBI platform, the online platform, which is a search and acquisition tool, which specializes in the search and acquisition of print and ebooks. The great thing about GOBI is that all of your collection development can take place in one platform. And that it basically provides peace of mind in terms of finding all the content in one platform. Just to give you a bit of background in terms of the size of the content available, there's 14 million print books and over 3 million ebooks available on the GOBI platform, which can be purchased from over 25 of the world's leading ebook publisher and aggregator platforms. So speaking about ebooks and print books, there are, like I said, there are over 14 million print books to choose from, 3 million ebooks, and this number grows every month. We are profiling upwards of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 titles a month, which are all added onto the GOBI platform by our profiling team. Spotlight lists, this is one of the areas that I'm going to cover in the demonstration just now, as well as review sources. All of these are available for all GOBI users to view. We work with some of the top academic publishers and university presses around the world. This is not an exhaustive list in terms of the ebook platforms through who you could purchase from on the GOBI platform, but these are the top academic publishers and university presses that are available. Okay, so speaking about ebooks in particular, there's over 225,000 DRM-free EBSCO ebooks available on the GOBI platform. In total, there's over 1 million DRM-free ebooks across 25 different publisher and aggregator platforms. And it's really a great choice that you're given. You can choose 1 user models, 3 user access models, unlimited users. There's unlimited user DRM-free ebooks that are available. And one of the great things about GOBI, what it offers, is that over 2 million ebooks are available for access within minutes of purchasing them. Okay, so number of different methods that are available for you to use when purchasing books through GOBI. You can purchase individual titles, there's e-collections, approval plans, as well as demand-driven acquisitions and evidence-based acquisition programs. All right, looking at the DRM-free ebooks, GOBI is the largest source for DRM-free ebooks for academic libraries. There's over 250,000 EBSCO DRM-free ebooks, 200,000 through ProQuest. And it's the whole idea of what we're trying to do, what GOBI's ambition is to provide you the library user with choice. And these numbers really do give you a lot of choice in terms of the content and how you wish to purchase it. This is a really interesting slide that I'm just going to briefly touch on. It basically demonstrates from 2018 to 2021 how the print book pricing has gone up by more than 10%, whilst the average ebook prices of either one user or unlimited user ebooks has decreased by in the region of about 8%. And we expect this trend to continue. All right, so we're just going to move over. I'm just going to move over to the GOBI platform at this stage.
So, morning everybody. While Matthew's busy moving around, I just wanted to remind everyone about our exciting competition at the end. Please remember that you have to be present to win the prize. See, back to you, Matt.
Great stuff. Thank you, Annika. You've got to be in it to win it. Okay, so can somebody just confirm that you can see my screen? It's the GOBI homepage.
Yes, Matthew.
Great. Thank you, Annika. All right, so in terms of the functionality of the GOBI platform, everything takes place in this blue horizontal bar that my pink mouse is now demonstrating. This is the blue horizontal bar here. And I'm going to spend a lot of time today on the spotlight lists. So what are spotlight lists? Just in a nutshell, a spotlight list is a title list of individual titles in a particular subject area or of a certain academic content level. And what they do, or why we have them, is to take the pain really out of you, the user, doing elaborate searches on GOBI for titles in a particular subject area. So it's really all been done for you. And there are so many spotlight lists to choose from. And the great thing is, as you can see under the What's New section here, the spotlight lists are updated on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, definitely in certain cases on a monthly basis for the bigger spotlight lists. And once they have been updated in terms of new content added, they are added to the library of spotlight lists that are available to all GOBI users. So if you have a GOBI login, if you have GOBI login credentials, you have access to the GOBI spotlight lists. And I'm going to take you through them just now in terms of the broad scope that GOBI covers in terms of the title lists that are available. Okay. So as you can see under What's New, there are a number of different spotlight lists, which really all you need, these are links to the particular spotlight lists. So all you need to do is click on these links and you go straight into that particular spotlight list. Okay, so I'm going to just choose one of them, which we can take the Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Monthly. This is February spotlight list. You click on the link and GOBI takes you into that particular spotlight list. Okay, so the really nice thing about it is some of the spotlight lists, besides being set up in the different subject areas, are also in particular formats, either print format or ebook format as well. So all you need to do is arrow down and you will come across all the books that are in this particular spotlight list. You will see near the top here, there is a number 203. That indicates the number of titles that are in this particular spotlight list. Right, so I'm just going to go back to the lead page of the spotlight list here. All you need to do is click through on these links to go into those particular spotlight lists. All right, so this is now the What's New section, but there is a library of spotlight lists awaiting you. And all you need to do is click on the Browse Spotlight List button here. And it takes you into a number of different categories of Spotlight lists that you can go and review. So in the first tab here, special promotions on the left, all the special promotions that are currently being run through GOBI are listed here. And it's fantastic because all you need to go and establish what titles are made up in this particular Spotlight list. You just need to click on the link and it will take you into it. We have special promotions from Cambridge University Press, 15% of selected titles. Penguin Random House also has a special on at the moment through GOBI, and that's 20% off all ebooks. Sage have a 10% off selected titles. They've got 20% off as well. Springer have 20% off their 500 top selling titles for 2020 and 2021. So the great thing, what you can do here is really just click on Spotlight List, go and browse, and the first tab that comes up is the special promotions, and you're free to go and view all of these Spotlight lists by just clicking on the link. Okay, so moving on to the next tab on the left here, award winners and reviews. We have a whole load of these award-winning adult titles, children's titles, choice outstanding academic titles, nicely put together in terms of the different subject areas. You can just arrow down and go and view all of these spotlight lists as you go, as you wish. One of the best categories here, the most relevant categories on the GOBI Spotlight list is the very next one, DRM-free and open access spotlight lists. Now, as you can see, we've got DRM-free collections here. And again, all you need to do is just click on the way down. I'm going to just go into one of them, internal medicine, and just give a bit of background as to what we have here. So there are 91 titles in the internal medicine spotlight list, and all of these titles are related to internal medicine. So the first bib record that we have, caring for people with mental health and substance use disorders. Basically, the great thing, again, one of the really great things about GOBI is you can compare the prices of the books that are available within one bib record. So I'm currently in the GOBI demo account, but what you will see when you've logged into GOBI is you'll see pricing here in US dollars, because that's the currency that we invoice in. And here, this title here, you've got the choice between an EBSCO 1 user, 3 user, or unlimited user DRM free options. Very important point that I would just like to demonstrate here is the library availability column and the detail thereunder. So if you've got a GOBI account with EBSCO or with GOBI, and you see contract on file under the library availability, that means you are good to go in terms of ordering this title from this particular vendor. In a number of cases, which does occasionally occur, the narration here will be not available for sale in your country. And what that means is that there is a publisher restriction, a territory restriction issued by the publisher in terms of where this book can be sold. So there are occasions where certain titles are not available for sale in South Africa. But then all you really need to do is this title may be available in another ebook format or from another ebook vendor. In this case, if we look at the alternate editions link on the top right of the bib record, this is where you will see all the different formats that this book is available in. And 1P/2E means there is one print book version and there are 2 ebook versions of this title available on GOBI. So let's just click on the alternate editions link, and it will take us to the other ebook version and the print book version as well. You can see this book, we just had a look, it's available through EBSCO. But if you just arrow down, you will see that this book is also, in this case, available through ProQuest, with all the different user models available underneath. The pricing and contract on file means you're good to go. If you see a narration here called request contract, that means your library is not set up for purchasing from that particular vendor or publisher or aggregator. And if you then wish to be set up, just let us know and we will set it up through our customer service bibliographer. It's a once-off setup, and it can take about a couple of days to get this done. But thereafter, as I said, it's once off, and you don't have to do this setup anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to my Spotlight lists and move on down to the next category of Spotlight list, the EBSCO Subject Sets. Great thing about EBSCO Subject Sets, there's so many of them, and the subject areas covered are so broad. There really is such a great amount of content available in the EBSCO Subject Sets. These are the very latest ones that are available. Please don't be fooled by the narration spring 2022. I think most of us wish it was probably spring right now, but unfortunately, we're at the other end of the calendar. This is the Northern Hemisphere spring, but this is also because GOBI is, as per the slide I had up earlier, there's over 3,500 libraries utilizing GOBI. So the majority of them are in the Northern Hemisphere. Hence the reason we have the narration spring next to these subject sets. So all you need to do is, arrow down. There's some really good topics that are covered with the latest content from EBSCO. Leadership and management, psychology 2022. And of course, the number behind these indicates the number of titles that are available in that particular subject set. As you can see, there is a lot of subject sets for you to choose from. All you need to do, click through them and view the bib records that you will find. Okay, moving on to the next category of GOBI subject sets, the subject focus list. And this is really a large section. It's broken down, or it's listed in alphabetical order, starting at academic essentials. And these are updated really on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. As I said earlier, we are profiling upwards of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 titles a month through our profiling teams. And once the books are profiled, they're added to the GOBI platform, and there are subject sets, or there are spotlight lists that are then drafted and put onto the GOBI platform in this area here. Academic essentials, we've got African American history, art books. As you can see, it's listed in alphabetical order. The ones that I wanted to show you, which I think you will find really interesting, is a little bit down under E. So we're at D, Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Monthly, updated monthly. This is the section that I wanted to spend a bit of time on. We have an e-textbook section in this field here. And besides being listed in subject areas, we also provide the academic level of this particular subject set or spotlight list. which, as you can see, there's a lot of content in each of these, 546 titles, 619 in science and technology. There's really a lot of good titles in here, which you can go and view. All of these are e-textbooks. There's then education section as well, broken down into the different levels. And moving down, we're going through E, then F. We've got ethnic studies, forthcoming law. There's really a lot of good content. And of course, just to reiterate, anybody with GOBI access has access to these particular subject sets and spotlight lists. Indigenous studies, there's library and information sciences. We have law a bit further up. We've got a good science section here as well, broken down into the various different categories: material science, optics, astronomy, geoscience, physics. Really some good subject sets here. And then of course, spotlight on spotlight lists, which is really pretty good. Another feature that I wanted to show you here, you'll notice next to each of these spotlight lists, there is a subscribe icon on the right. This really makes it even easier, because if you click on the subscribe button, you will be notified about any changes or updates to these particular subject sets as and when they happen. Really useful. Instead of checking back every couple of days, we'll notify you when there has been a change to these particular subject sets. Moving on to the next category, core titles. These are split between UK core titles and US core titles in the particular times of the year. It looks like quarters. And you can just arrow down and have a look at these. Best-selling ebooks by month. There's over 100 in each one of those sections there. We have undergraduate curriculum lists as far as subject sets and spotlight lists are concerned. Fantastic, the amount of content for you to review. And of course, just a reminder, these are not collections in the full collection sense. They're individual titles grouped together primarily by the subject area that they're in. We've got a good health science spotlight list section as well that you can view. Health science topics, a range of these for you to go and view as well. Regional and non-English titles, maybe not so much popular in our area, but nonetheless, they're all there for you to have a look at, as well as the final section, which is the popular fiction and non-fiction titles, which are categorized in new releases by month, which you can go and have a look at there. Okay, so that's pretty much the full library of spotlight lists that are available. What I also want to speak with you about, or let you know that it's available, it's really here in the notifications section of the blue horizontal bar. And what the notifications are is, I like to think of notifications pretty much as your very own spotlight lists. What happens is the notifications are set up so that you can be alerted to any new content that comes out in a particular subject area. And it's really one that you yourself have decided on. Maybe you have a pretty niche subject area that you want to be alerted to when new content comes out. That's great, because you can set up alerts or notifications on GOBI particular to the area that you're interested in. The benefit of this is that it's like getting your very own catalog, but for your niche subject area that you're looking for. So there's no need to wade through mountains of pages. We will notify you as per your choice, either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, to the titles that have been that we have profiled and that are in the subject area of your choice. You can either set these up yourself as a GOBI user, or you can set them, or we can actually do it for you, which is really not a problem at all. One of the other benefits that GOBI offers in terms of collection development, and this is not on the GOBI platform, we have a team of collection development staff who are able to put together for you title lists in a particular subject area, but dating back to as far as you wish to go. As we saw in one of the slides that I had up earlier, you know, there's over 17 million titles available on the GOBI platform. So there's a lot of content that you can, that we can put together for you in particular subject areas. If you are maybe opening a new department and you need content, we can take the pain out of it for you and put those lists together, dating back whatever time frame you wish. Just let us know, either myself or your customer service bibliographer. In this case, in our territory, it's Charlotte Copcutt, and we will be able to arrange that for you at no extra charge, at no charge in actual fact, for that particular service. Another very interesting feature that I just want to remind you about, GOBI has the ability to basically assist your library in making sure that you do not purchase the same titles twice. And how we do that is we upload your holdings that we will receive from you into your GOBI account. And whenever a title is then called up, a bib record is called up, GOBI will alert you that you already own this title. Where GOBI is different from other search and acquisition tools, online platforms, is that if you own a title, but the alternate edition of that very same title is called up, even though it has a different ISBN number, GOBI can still alert you to the fact that you own this book, but in another format. And then at least you have the choice as to whether you wish to continue with purchasing the title, or if you don't, you're given the choice in that regard at least. Okay, so that is pretty much what I wanted to mention and to show you in the GOBI platform. One of the last functions that I wanted to show you, just going back to the Spotlight lists, is the ability for GOBI users to send Spotlight lists to each other within the same organization. In actual fact, you don't even need to be a GOBI user to view the Spotlight lists that are available. So what I've done is I've gone into one of the Spotlight lists. It's got 110 titles in the Spotlight list. Now, if you wish to send this title in the Spotlight list to somebody else within your organization, possibly to an academic, you can even do that through the GOBI platform. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. Let's assume in this particular Spotlight list, you wish to send the first two titles to one of your academics who is not a GOBI user. All you need to do is just highlight the margin on the left-hand side of each of the titles. You then click on the save icon on the right-hand side, choose the PDF function, the PDF file type. I usually like to save these as full records. Choose the full icon there and click on Save to Disk, and these two titles are then saved in PDF format, and you can then just email them off to whoever you wish to send them to, and they will basically have that bib record as you have seen it in GOBI. And it really just, I like to think of it as short-circuiting the whole approvals framework or workflow within your library. It's really a very useful feature if you want to alert somebody who's not a GOBI user to what's out there and what's available. I'm just going to cancel that. If you need to unhighlight, just go back to the margin and click on the margin again. But now let's assume you wish to send the entire Spotlight list to another GOBI user. That's really no problem at all. What we do is we move to the left-hand side. There's a number of icons here. And if you click on the first one, you can mark all items on this particular page. To see how many pages there are, just go to the right-hand side of the page here. You'll see we're on page 1 of 6, and we are listing 20 titles per page. So to go and highlight each one's margin individually, or even each page individually, it's really not quite, it can be done a lot quicker. All we then need to do is click on the link on the left-hand side, which says mark all items on all pages. Click on that, and every one of these 110 titles in the Spotlight list have been now highlighted. We then move to the right again, and instead of the print or the save icon, we then choose the email or the envelope icon here. Click on that, and every single one of the 110 titles have now been highlighted. You type in the recipient's email address here. The subject would be Spotlight list for your review. For example, a message would be, "Hi, please review the Spotlight list and let me know if there are any titles you wish for me to purchase." Again, it's great to include the full bibliographic format. And really all you need to do then is click on the email button, and the full Spotlight list is then emailed to your fellow GOBI user. Great thing about this function is that whether you're a GOBI user or not, everybody can view what content is available on the GOBI platform. Okay, so that really is pretty much all I wanted to demonstrate to you. As far as GOBI is concerned, I'm really not sure if there's any questions. Tembelihle, can we maybe move on to the questions section?
We don't have questions in the chat box, so I'm thinking that if anyone has a question, they can just let us know and we can unmute them. Maybe we can move over to the prize drawing session while we allow this to take place.
Thank you for the informative session, Matthew. Now the fun part where I get to spin the wheel. Can I ask that if you are the lucky winner, that you just use the raise hand button on your screen just to indicate that you're in it to win it. And the prize is a Take a Lot gift voucher, as well as a 6-month subscription to either the ebook academic collection or the business collection. So let's do this. I'm just going to share my screen. Can you see my screen? Let's do this. Monday.
Oh, no.
Oh, look at that. Well done.
Monday. Well done.
Monday, did Monday raise his hand? Oh. No?
I can't see anybody's hand raised. Let's just see if Monday is still present. I'm just looking for you. No, Monday is not present currently. So, oopsie.
Okay. Sorry,
So this is
Monday.
actually just so that people can put pressure on their colleagues to register and attend.
Okay, let's try for the second time. Who will it be then? Anne.
And Moon. Anne, are you here still? I don't see her on the list anymore. And if you are in the meeting, please raise your hand because I don't see you as a attendee. Nope, do it again.
Oh, maybe third time lucky.
Let's hope.
That's what they say.
Where's it gonna land?
An international winner.
Alas. Okay, should we try one more time?
Hey. Now. Let's see.
Unfortunately, there's no way that we can amend this once the meeting started because we only get the list as it goes. So,
Ingrid.
Ingrid Thompson. Please tell me.
Yeah.
Ingrid is.
Yay!
Oh,
Congratulations, Ingrid.
Congratulations.
Hey, that's so
only
cool.
4 times. We will reach out to you with your voucher details, and then your regional sales manager will be in contact regarding the book subscriptions. Over to you, Timberley. Let me just stop sharing.
Thank you, Matthew, for the nice session. If anyone has a question or can think of any question after the session, please send them through, and Matthew will still be able to answer your questions. I think then this brings us to the end of the session. We do have another session on book and ebook publishers tomorrow, so please join. There's going to be another prize draw tomorrow, right, Annika? So same time. And thank you for joining this session. The link is going to be available on Friday for the session, so you can still watch. And if you do have questions, you can still send them through to us. If there's anything, maybe Colleen from your
No, there's nothing from me. Just thank you very much, Matthew. Duduzile has a question to say, can we have another presentation later in the week? So maybe, Matthew, you can get in touch with Duduzile and just arrange that. Yes. Anyway, thank you so much. Please do stay, join us tomorrow. We have, as far as I know, Matthew, we have the publishers coming to talk to us.
Indeed, we've got 4 publishers doing 10-minute presentations about their latest ebook offerings. We've got Oxford University Press, Cambridge University Press. We've got the IEEE. We've got Janice from Wiley coming. And we've also got Stuart Burke from CABI, who's going to speak about the really great ebook collections that they have. Can't wait, actually.
And it's also quite cool because most of them have got special offers going, from what I heard you say earlier. And Janice from Wiley sent me a list yesterday of her specials. So I think that's quite cool that we've got so many nice things to offer and so many specials to provide to our clients. So that's very cool.
Absolutely. And of course, all of their specials and all of their content is available on the GOBI platform as well.
Very nice. Okay, well then, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Timberley, for your time. Annika for doing a great spin. Join us tomorrow, because you know, Ingrid, if you win again tomorrow, you have 1,000 Rand ticket. Well, perhaps it depends, you know. Sometimes the same person gets lucky twice and sometimes another person gets lucky. Anyway, thank you very much.
Marvelous. Thank you.
Good day, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.